In this video, I'm going to talk about angle measure. We have two different ways to measure angles. We have degrees and radians. And what I want to talk about in this video is how to work between the two and to convert an angle from one unit of measurement to the other. The key here is that we understand that 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. So if you're familiar with the unit circle, that should not be news to you. So we can use some conversions to help us go from one unit to the other. To convert degrees to radians, we are going to multiply by pi over 180. And then to convert from radians to degrees, we're simply going to multiply by the reciprocal of that. We're going to multiply by 180 over pi. And that's going to allow us to go between the two units of measurement. So I'm going to start with a couple that you should know. Again, if you're familiar with the unit circle, express 60 degrees in radians. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my degree measurement and I'm going to multiply by pi over 180. And if I multiply by pi over 180, essentially what we have here is we have 60 over 180, right? So I can think about that, 60 over 180 pi, and then 60 over 180 is 1/3, right? 60 is a third of 180, so that's going to be pi over 3. And again, you should already know that pi over 3 radians and 60 degrees are the same angle measurement. Pi over 6 radians, we want to take that and convert that to degrees. So I'm going to take my radian measurement, pi over 6, and I'm going to multiply by 180 over pi. And what happens here is your pi's will always cancel out. So we're essentially just left with 180 divided by 6, which is 30 degrees. Pi over 6 radians is 30 degrees. And last one, find the radian equivalent to 450 to a 450 degree angle. So again, here I'm going to take 450 and I'm going to multiply by pi over 180, which means I have 450 over 180 and then pi. And then my suggestion here, if you don't know how to reduce this, so let's say you don't know how to reduce 450 over 180, in a graphing calculator, and I'm looking specifically at Desmos here, I'm just going to type in that fraction without the pi. So 450 divided by 180, and then if I click this button, it will turn that into an improper fraction for me. So that's 5 over 2. So that tells me that 450 over 180 reduces to 5 over 2. So that means that we get an angle of 5 pi over 2. And that is how you convert between units of measurement for angles.